This is Got the Fix-It Guy. Today we have a Wolf cooktop gas burner that is not lighting. And what I've done is I've pulled it up out of the counter. This one doesn't really have any brackets that hold it in. You can just lift it up out of the counter. And I'm removing a couple of Phillips head screws, one in the front and two in the back, so I can pull the top off and see if there's something going on with the igniter wire, because we're not getting any clicking at all. The igniter seems to be okay. When I pulled up on it though, I noticed that it just came all the way out. There was no wire hook to it. So something happened. So I got the two screws off the back. I'm lifting the top off, separating it, and I can see that the wire is just falling out. Also, the spring and clip that hold the igniter on have disintegrated. I think it's a pretty old cooktop, but probably just oxidized over time. So when the clip broke and the spring sprung out, it knocked the wire off. So what I'm going to do is turn the top part upside down so I can work on it. Take the igniter, I'm going to push it back into its hole on the burner, push it up, and then I'll feed the igniter wire back into it. And I didn't have a clip that would work, so what I did is I just bent some wire to form a circlip, and then there's a little groove on the porcelain part of the igniter, and I pushed that wire into that groove to hold the igniter in position, and then I pushed the wire into position. The wire would basically fall out, so I tried using some just crazy glue gel, and that totally worked. That held it in until I can get the proper clip and maybe replace the igniter, but just gave it a temporary fix. Now I'm just putting the two halves together. So we weren't getting any click because the igniter wire had just fallen out. It wasn't even in contact with the igniter anymore. So we got it hooked back up. Got the igniter held into position. Put the two halves together. And then we just need to put the Phillips head screws back in. One in the front, two in the back. This model's pretty simple. Just got one burner. It's got a spark module, and all the parts are pretty easy to get to. So I got the screws back in. Tighten up the second one. And I've got easy access to the plug. I'll just plug it back in and I'll turn the gas back on. I'm just going to set it back down into the countertop. Give it a try here. Put the burner head back on. It has little grooves in it, so it'll only really fit in one way. Yeah, and there it goes, fires right up. So when I fired it up a few more times, I noticed that sometimes it would fire, sometimes it wouldn't, and that usually means that you just have a kind of a bad electrical connection to the ground, and that means that the burner head or the metal has just gotten dirty or oxidized. So an easy way to fix that is you take a wire brush and you just clean all the metal surfaces. You have to clean the burner head, you have to carefully clean the top of the igniter. Remember, it's porcelain, so you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. And then you want to clean the base that the burner head touches, and that will then allow for a good ground connection. And then when the igniter wants to send the electricity over, it's easier for it to find ground, and it's going to light a lot more often and dependably. This one was just half the time it would light, half the time it wouldn't. So just moving the igniter around to see if there's any change, but cleaning it is the way to go. Just have a wire brush, and again, just think about all the points of connection between the burner head and the burner base. All that has to be cleaned. Get oxidation and food stuff, grease builds up over the years, and it no longer really can transfer that nice ground connection to the burner head, and then the spark doesn't want to jump. The spark can't jump over, it can't ignite the fuel. We want a big spark, so we want to have a really good electrical connection. So I'm just getting to all the areas where the burner head would touch this base. And again, be a little careful around the igniter because these porcelain things crack easily. If it cracks, then you really need to have a new igniter. There's no way to repair that. It's an interesting little 15-inch gas cooktop, but has a high BTU. So pretty good for cooking and easy to fix. So we put the burner head back into position, and it starts right up. That's what we like to see. There we go. Putting the burner grate back on, test it again. That's great. So I hope this helps you, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance.